Well, hello everybody, and welcome here to Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. It's great to have your company on King's birthday for 2025. So we get set for a Sky Broadband Rapid League game between the Nelson Giants and the Hawke's Bay Hawks. We're at round 12 now, and we're warming up, of course, into the NZNBL game, which tips off in 1 hour. So wherever you're watching this game, thank you very much for joining us. Nelson coming into this, of course, match with a at the top of the table, which we'll check out in just a moment. Crystal Ledger Walker with me, former Tall Ferns player. This Nelson team's been humming for well over a year in the Rapid League now, and expecting no different today.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, when you have someone like Sam Dempster in your Rapid League squad, you've got a pretty good team. So excited to see what the Giants can do today.
There is the Nelson team on top there, just on a winning percentage, just ahead of Tauranga Whai, with Canterbury locking down third place. And there's Hawke's Bay down in sixth place. They've got a winning record as well. So if they can come to Nelson and win this one, that will be a big feather in their cap. And they'll actually join Wellington there in fourth equal position on the Sky Broadband Rapid League standings. There's the other 5 teams, with Southland still got a lot of work to do. And all of those other teams are looking for improvement over the last 6 weeks of the season coming up. Let's have a look at the starting fives for Nelson starting off, or in fact for Hawke's Bay rather. And there's Campbell Scott, who started plenty of games in the NBL. He in fact started 8 games, but he drops back to start in this one today. Jacob Murphy, Dante Matakatia is there, the former Panthers player. Kahutricha continues his form, hopefully, for Hawke's Bay in this game. There's Kobe Carter, who's also started plenty of games in the NBL this season. So a nice, solid-looking Hawke's Bay team. And the Nelson Giants team, Alex McNaught drops back to start in this game, and there's plenty of talent in Hayden Jones. Lockie Crate as well have been stars at underage level in New Zealand system for a little while now. Then there's the seasoned vet Sam Dempster, and then there is Caleb Chamberlain is going to complete the starting lineup in his second season in the Giants camp. So lots of good talent spread across both teams.
Man, a lot of good talent, a lot of good players in both these teams. You're right, both of these teams have players that started, that are used to the NBL, they're really used to this level, and now drop back into this Rapid League. So I think we're going to have a great match on our hands.
I love the fact that Hayden Jones and Kahutricha are both playing. Of course, they're both in the Junior Tall Blacks, who are going to go to the World Cup very soon. So, but they're going at each other today, which is exciting. Corey Hogg, Blake Rosanowski, Taylor Lynch are the officials for this game. I love her, Hayden Jones and Kahutricha, both exciting prospects for New Zealand basketball coming through the system. Both of them just 18 years old.
Both super long, both really aggressive scorers, and I think we're going to see both of them really come out today and look to get themselves going early.
They both play with a lot of confidence as well. They've both got a bit of a swagger about them, which is really cool.
Oh, absolutely. And these coaches have a lot of confidence in both these players. Both, you know, get these guys into the mix in that NBL game. So we've got a good one on our hands.
Indeed. Here's the Hawke's Bay team starting away. Treach has lost the ball straight off the bat. There's Dempster, picks it up. Simply ball handling from him. See what Nelson can make of this. McNaught. Straight away, Dempster back to McNaught. Look how wide open he is for that three-point attempt. Can't nail it though. And that's a nice little tip there from Chamberlain back into Dempster's hands. Now Dempster's going to put up the triple attempt, and he's short. A couple of stops there from Hawke's Bay, and away they come now.
Good couple looks for the Nelson Giants. Something the Hawks will want to stop them getting is those offensive rebounds.
Hawke's Bay now. Here is a nice little basket to start the scoring off, and it is Kobe. In fact, it is Treacher rather with the first 2 points. To Hayden Jones. Crate, another exciting prospect. Dempster. Foul on Sammy D. He's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot a couple.
You have to close out on him long, because we know he can knock down that 3 at a great rate. So decides to put the ball on the floor, get himself to the rim. Look at that again, just that long closeout by Treacher, and Sam Dempster aggressive to the rack.
Dempster at the line now. Just loves playing basketball. He's been scoring 6 points per game in the Rapid League this season. He equals the scores of those 2 successful free throws.
Look, I don't think we see enough of his impact in the stats that he puts up, but the leadership, the experience that he brings to the squad is invaluable, and that doesn't look good for Alex McNaught.
That was an offensive foul. An illegal screen as McNaught got a little body check there.
Something's definitely wrong there, because Alex McNaught, one of the toughest guys in the league.
He's clutching the thigh muscle there. I hope it's not a knee. Reacted the same way Mitch Barnett did in the Warriors game last night, which is not good. Hopefully he'll be all right, because he's a key component of the bench in the NBL game as well. Great. Post, and short though as he hustles to get the ball back, and he does brilliantly there, Lockie Crate. 3 years away from Chamberlain. Hawke's Bay once again through Campbell Scott. Murphy for 3. Dempster with the rebound for Nelson.
Oh, look at this pace by the Giants. Great downhill drive by Chamberlain. Really put his foot on the gas as soon as he caught the ball.
Chamberlain is a pretty exciting prospect, former Cantabrian. He's been averaging 5 points per game in the Rapid League this season. Caleb Chamberlain now goes to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. No field goals in the game just yet for the Giants.
Getting all their work done at the Chemist Warehouse free throw line. Love to see it.
4 from 4. 2-point lead halfway through this first quarter. Hawke's Bay now with the ball. This is Jacob Murphy. Teardrop, but he's away with that. That was good pressure by Dempster. Nelson come forward again with Jones. Move from Hayden Jones, and there's another foul, and he'll go to the line again.
They are just putting their head down right now, making a real effort of getting themselves into that paint. Got the switch on the big, put him in the spin cycle. Great take by Hayden Jones.
Talked about that confidence that he and Treacher play with, and there was an example of that. Just love it, fearless. Basketball from Hayden Jones. And the 100% record is preserved from the free throw line.
Don't do it to him.
You know it. Over in doubt.
He's a shooter.
It's a nice little 6-0 run for Nelson now. All free throws. Hawke's Bay can do now. Scott holding it up into that screen, coming in from Godanet, and again Hawke's Bay a little rattled with that possession. Doesn't look like they're in control, although they'd love to get a field goal.
Oh, great patience by Hayden Jones. Did a good job of playing off 2 there, got him in the ear. Too much pressure on Murphy that time.
Jacob Murphy's a real hustler as he pushes the ball down court.
Yeah, you talk about fearless, you talk about scorers. Jacob Murphy absolutely comes to mind.
Matakatia to inbound the ball. Murphy again. Shy and having a crack from long range is Scott. Kicks the ball out. And that one's not going to fall for Cartwright. Here comes Nelson again. Nelson, Hawke's back on completely cold after that first basket. Ooh, that was a clever move. And there's Crate with a tip back, and it's not going to fall for Nelson. Murphy, good hands from him. Matakatia. There's A sweet little jumper from Dante Matakatia.
Yeah, finally they get one to go. He was so good when he was with the Panthers, played with a lot of confidence, gave them a lot of scoring power. So good to see him put it out on the floor again today.
Settle it down for the last shot of this first quarter. It's a good basket. Good drive to the basket right there from Nelson. That was James Matthews, and there is the prayer from Hawke's Bay. That's a good quarter, though. Very typical Nelson performance in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, isn't it? They take a 6-point lead into the first quarter break.
Yeah, absolutely. They showed us right then in that first quarter why they sit at the top of the table. Looked in absolute control throughout that first quarter, both on the defensive end, playing very disciplined, walling up, clogging those lanes, and then on offense, playing with pace and getting themselves downhill.
There's the large meatball pizza still. The special there for you, valid until tomorrow night. So just scan that QR code, $32.99 for that. Hayden Jones has 4 points in the game. Scorer 6 from 6 from the free throw line. Maybe a point cost a bit cheap as you add those free throws up over a period of time, and they really count.
They really do, and you obviously want to knock it down. They are free points. Put yourself there with a lot of hard work, so may as well put it in. And there you see the FIBA starter deal, $50 per month for the first 12 months. Get that offer at skybroadband.co.nz or call 09525 5555. And it's important to note both these teams missing some players. The under-20s nationals is going on right now in Tauranga. Colin Williams out for the Giants, and the Hawke's Bay Hawks also have some players there as well. They're in the finals today, so yeah, good luck to them.
Both teams have some good talent coming through. Canterbury as well. See what Jones can do on this play. Post up here on Jacob Murphy. It's just a determination from Hayden Jones is at 110% all the time.
The determination to get that defense up in the air, body his way inside. Jacob Murphy, though, right back at him. Solid drive there. But back to that under-20s nationals. Yes, you're right, Hawke's Bay and Canterbury in the finals. And can I just give a quick shout out to the Waikato team, who I train with, who are also in the finals for the girls, taking on Tauranga.
Yeah, look forward to seeing those results come through later today. That's Jacob Murphy going to the Chemist Warehouse stripe here for Hawke's Bay. Just 4 points from them in the first quarter. And this is both from the free throw line.
Yeah, he'll be gutted about that. 4 points, really not enough, even in Rapid League. Need to convert those free throws.
Matthews. Tipped in, yes. Very nicely indeed there for Nelson by Will Blight. It's a 10-point game, but another foul coming from Crate over there.
And the Giants absolutely dominating in the paint right now, and it's not just going to be a tail that we see in the Rapid League. It will carry over to the NBL game as well. They have the size advantage in both of their teams, so something the Hawks will want to tidy up.
See what Hawke's Bay can do here through Cartwright. Find Treacher. Hasn't had any domination just yet. Oh, it was tough to get that shot off Kahun Treacher.
He just plays so hard. Just finished his freshman season at Eastern Arizona Junior College. But look at the work ethic on this, right into the body, right through the bodies of two Giants. Gets himself to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Hawke's Bay need these points badly. Found creating good looks really tough in this first period of this game. There's Treacher getting 2 from 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Younger, fine job coaching the team in Sam Bruggen's absence earlier on in the season. Here's Jones again, fouled by number 4 that time by the look of it for Hawke's Bay. That's Cade Cartwright. So we've got the sons of 2 former Tall Blacks going head-to-head on that play.
How good, and his dad's coaching him here today. You see him talking to the refs. We knew we were going to see Hayden Jones come out, look to get aggressive, and he showed us just that, really put his head down. We know he can shoot the ball well, but doing it the old school way, inside the paint, using his strength and size.
Back to a 10-point game for Nelson, looking very comfortable in this one, aren't they, the Giants? Hawke's Bay, you've got a shabbiest team by any stretch. But they are finding, looks tough, that's a great pass. Carter can't convert that basket from Campbell Scott.
Yeah, unfortunate. He had the switch there. Campbell Scott took his big player. Kobe Carter had the guard. Still couldn't get it to go. Good hands by Matkatia.
Yeah, a rare turnover by Nelson in this game. Might be the first one, in fact. Here is Scott. Katia over to Treacher, giving it to Carter. Oh, Carter almost losing it. Treacher for three. Just away. Nicely defended again by Nelson.
Yeah, the Nelson Giants doing a great job of locking in on defense, smothering the ball, and still getting out to their own.
Giants. Jones again. Oh, that one. That was better defense by Hawke's Bay. And here comes Scott.
Campbell Scott's someone that can really get going in this game. We've seen him do it multiple times, but just quiet tonight. Treacher.
Love the aggression from Kahu Treacher. It's going to be Blight who picks up that foul. So here's Treacher's. Who's got two, who has 2 points, both of them from the free throw line. He's been averaging 10 points per game in the Rapid League since coming back from the US. Finding point scoring a bit tougher in this one, though.
Yeah, he's given the Hawks a great burst of scoring power off the bench. He was great for them against the Rams.
Both of these teams playing the Rams in their last games. By Hawke's Bay.
To me, the difference right now between these two teams, especially on this offensive end, is the pace they're playing with. Not just with the ball in hand, but with their cuts off the ball, with the way they're sprinting to screens, and just the attention and the energy that that creates for whoever is having the ball.
Here's Blight. There's Matthews for three. Oh, he buries it. That's the first triple in the game. James Matthews.
Great look by the Giants, got a lot of space off that screen. Oh, almost a backcourt there by the Hawks. Lucky to get that one across.
No luck there for Carter again. The hustle for the ball is good, but there's Dempster throwing it out of court. Hawke's Bay, a chance for them to narrow this 11-point gap again.
Great take by Carter, but you're right. Unfortunate that one didn't drop, but I like the hustle to stay with it, to try get a second chance at that rebound.
Katia inbounds the ball to Murphy. He gives it to Treacher. Here comes Nelson with another opportunity. Still a couple of possessions left in this first half. There's Matthews again. Nice move. I think it's going to count. It is going to count from Cartwright. Was that Chamberlain, rather? I thought he stood on the baseline there for half a second. He was just inside the line there, and it ended up going in, so nice job by him.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think he might have tippy-toed on that line, but got away with it. And just so quick off the mark. As soon as he caught that ball, caught the defense standing up, went right by them.
So that basket didn't count, in fact, and there's Chamberlain nailing two from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. They're 10 from 10. Oh, Murphy. It's unlucky.
Oh, did he call his timeout?
Good. Someone needs to mop that floor. They did. All that definitely call it, look like a BNZ player timeout. It's nasty. Maybe he just slipped on the line there.
Man, those lines, they'll get you.
Dude.
The lines, the decals.
Well, it wasn't a BNZ player timeout. Must have just been ruled a jump ball as Murphy. That's an ambitious pass and Scott can't gather. Now he's down.
The Hawks just look out of sorts right now. The body language. Just down. Campbell Scott dropping his head after that pass. See if they can get a stop here.
They need it too. This is the last play of the first half. Matthews, a lot more court time now in this game with Alex McNaught out of it. Haven't seen him since he stumbled to the ground. Matthews. It's job by him. It's 2 more for him. He's got 5 points.
Good call with the BNZ player timeout, but James Matthews, the body, the patience. He's the smallest guy on the court, yet goes right at them, has the poise, has the craftiness to get the D up in the air for the nice finish inside.
There is the QR code for your ticket to the big game. Chance for you to get along to some NZNBL games over the last 6 weeks of the season. Thanks to BNZ. Crown investors into the future of New Zealand basketball. This Hawke's Bay team has got some offensive firepower in it, but they've only got 8 points in this first half.
See if they can go into the half with double digits.
Oh, Campbell Scott's banked in a 3-pointer. Bit fortunate there, but Hawke's Bay, the way they've been going, will take everything that they can get at the moment. Still a big deficit for them at the end of the first half. It's a 12-point margin for the Nelson Giants.
Yeah, a lot of work to be done for these Hawke's Bay Hawks in the second half. We'll see what Hokianga can draw up for them to get themselves going. The Giants, on their own hand, in a comfortable position right now.
They sure are. Hayden Jones is the leading scorer in the game with 8 points. 4 of them are free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And James Matthews, as we check out the Chemist Warehouse stats, also contributing strongly off the bench. And this is the thing about the Nelson team too, Krista. We talked about Alex McNaught. Hey, fell heavily there. Haven't seen him since, and we're assuming the Nelson coaching camp are just going to preserve him for the NZNBL game coming up. But James Matthews steps up and they don't miss a beat.
Yeah, not at all. This is a deep Giants squad, and they have the leadership to really elevate those bench players as well. With Dempster, look at them there cleaning up the boards. Assists, Matakatia got a net. Have 1 apiece. Blight has 1. But the biggest stat for that first half is 10 points for the Nelson Giants inside the paint. They have 4 second chance points. They're really dominating inside. They're doing a great job of putting their heads down, getting their feet in there, and really playing poised, composed, and taking what the defense is giving them.
Yeah, compare that to Hawke's Bay. They have no points in the paint, no second chance points. So Nelson dominating in that area. Both ends of the court. Yeah, 12 rebounds to 5. That tells the story when you put all those 3 stats together.
Yeah, absolutely. But you said it earlier. The Hawke's Bay have the scorers that can get hot. They can get going. So game is nowhere near done just yet with the likes of Murphy, with the likes of Scott on the Hawks team. They can really get going.
Well, Carter and Treacher too haven't had many good looks in the game. Don't forget about the NZNBL game here on your King's birthday Monday afternoon. We've got that tipping off at 2 or just after 2 o'clock in this game. Let's get the third quarter underway in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Here comes Jones. Marked again by Murphy. Lovely pass. And the flush from Lockie Crate.
Lockie Crate, an absolute rim rocker. If you remember the last time these two teams met, he ended the game with an absolute poster. So glad we see another dunk from him there, and a steal.
Yeah, lost there by Murphy. And there's 2 more for Nelson as Chamberlain gets that lead back out to 16. In fact, that's the biggest lead of the game now. Terrible start, really, for a Hawke's Bay fan in these first 30 seconds.
Right, great start if you're the Giants. See if the Hawks can pick it up here.
You need a basket, Scott. Ooh, wasn't far away from another three. But in the end, no cigar. And here comes Nelson once more. He pushes the pass. Another three almost drops. Obviously picked up by Matakatia. Ooh, that pass just kept in the court.
Right, Campbell Scott saved him there.
Murphy. Matakatia back to Murphy. Shot clock down to 7. Good pass inside, but it's lost there by Godanet. And there is a foul by Campbell Scott. He's never been quite shy on doing what needs to be done at the half court like that.
Nope, he is a workhorse. He can get after it. I like this matchup between him and Matthews. Matthews, a great up-and-coming point guard. Played in a lot of New Zealand age group teams.
Now Jones. Rid of Treacher, and there's Jones. He's got that pure jump shot.
He does, and it helps that he has the height to go with it. Can really get it off over anyone guarding him.
Jones up to 10 points. First player to hit double figures. Nelson just too tough in this game at both ends of the court. And there's another example of it right there. Jones coast to coast. No, he's lost it. Little reach in by Treacher.
Unfortunate for Treacher. Yeah, but Hayden Jones getting back to this free throw line. Already 4 from 4 on the day.
There's the first miss. Phil Jones will be a happy coach.
Well, not after that free throw.
He still should be pretty happy. It's 29-11. 30-11 now. Mind you, that was the son at the free throw line there, Crystal. Come on, boy.
Your parents are your worst critics.
Exactly.
Oh, nice pass.
You're right, your parents are your worst critics, aren't they?
Biggest fans, worst critics. Yep. You love it. Best coaches. Pretty cool little family, basketball family they have with him coaching Hayden Jones at this level. Kat Jones coaching his sister Maya on the 3-on-3 circuit.
Dante Matakatia gets the second free throw for Hawke's Bay from that play. It's a long, long way back. These two teams met back in May, so 2 weeks ago now. Giants won that game up in Napier 34-28. Well in control for doing the double in the Rapid League as we see another triple go in from Jones. Dempster gathers the loose ball. Stolen by Carter. In fact, he's done brilliantly there. Nicely fed there to Matakatia, and there's too much needed points for Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, great hustle by Kobe Cutter on that one. All the effort, all the hustle, getting on the ground for the ball. Matakatia finishes it off, and Kobe Cutter almost got it again.
It's Chamberlain. A couple of stops here for Hawke's Bay. Way back to them is Campbell Scott. A little hand in there from Lockie Crate.
Yeah, great hand. He read that spin coming. But look at that hustle once again from Kobe Cutter. Matakatia getting up for the flush.
He's contributed well, hasn't he? He's got 3 points now. Is Murphy to get one in. Just a ways. Crate tidies up for Nelson. Crate once more. Down a court by Matakatia.
I like that Matsukatia and Kobikare getting out in these lanes, trying to get some stops. They know if they have any chance of getting back in this ball game, they need to do it quickly.
I really can't afford to let Nelson score again in this quarter. It's been touched, but it's still there for Nelson. Shot clock down to 6 now. Chamberlain. Now Dempster for 3. Nicely rebounded by Carter. Oh, Murphy. They really need to score from every possession now with Scott. Has to work away on Matthews. And that's tidied up there by Treacher.
Great follow by the Hawks. Campbell Scott tried to put his head down. The Hawks knew he was going to take that shot, followed him up nicely.
Matthews. Last 10 seconds of this third quarter. Oh, blocked there by Treacher. And Matthews has been called for travelling, no basket. Well, it's an interesting call there by the official. There's still going to be a bit of time left in this third quarter. Looks like there will be. Lucky for James Matthews. I thought he reacted really well there off the block from Treacher.
I agree. Nice little 1-foot floater, jumper, whatever you want to call it. But you also like that as a coach when players stick with the play. You get blocked, you don't put your head down, you don't sulk, you stay with it. You move on. Get back to the next play. Let's see what the Hawks can do with 1 second.
It's been taken away by Crate. And that will be the third quarter. So 32-16. It's a 14-point game there for Nelson, outscoring the Hawks just by 2 in that quarter, 7-5. Hayden Jones leading all scorers with 11. And the leading scorer for Hawke's Bay is Treacher with 6.
The Hawks did a better job defensively that quarter, held the Nelson Giants to 7 points. They were only able to score 5 themselves, so still a lot of work to be done on the offensive side of things. But yeah, better job defensively in that one.
Hawke's Bay, 4 points in the first, 7 in the second, 5 in the third. That ain't going to get it done. They basically need to get, what's the margin at the moment? Still 14. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, but Nelson are going to have to play in a freezer from here.
One thing that also really stands out to me on the stats is Jacob Murphy has not scored any points yet. We're used to seeing him go off. We're used to seeing him be very aggressive, especially off down screens, off pin downs, getting himself to the rim. But not today, not yet. He's 0 from 5 from the field. Can he find himself in this last quarter?
And there have been no good looks from either. Low percentage shots. They have a good attitude, they play hard. Execution is going to have to be first class in this last quarter. Nelson just got to roll on, I think, Crystal, with what they've produced in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, absolutely, and they'll be disappointed that they only scored 7 in that third quarter. They won't want to drop their standards by any means, and they can't afford to with how their season has gone so far. Campbell Scott, good drive.
And a good finish there for Campbell Scott. He's on 5 points now. Just what Hawke's Bay needed to start this last quarter. Jones back out there now for another stint. Crate. Marked by Campbell Scott. Those two were teammates at Manawatu last year. And there's Lockie Crate sealing a strong basket.
Holy moly, too big, too strong, get out of his way. Look at all the black jerseys that surrounded him when he got in the paint. They all tried to come help Campbell Scott. It did not matter. Lockie Crate is too big.
Yeah, he's off to a great university in the States soon. He's off to Wisconsin as he completes the 3-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Nice job by him as leads back out to 15. Treacher, good pass. Nice Basket is not sealed though by Kobe Carter. And here comes Jones again. No need for Nelson to push the pass at all. Craig goes for three. Ooh, hard luck for Lockie Craig. Offensive rebound taken by Jones was very tidy. Oh, how about that finish right there from Caleb Chamberlain?
Athletic with an extra A.
Murphy, nice pass to Kobe Carter. And the dish from Carter was tidy to Matakatia.
A couple great looks out of that on ball. First hitting the roller off the extra pass, that one straight away in the pocket.
It's Crate again. The pass was good to Blight. Didn't try to pick it up though. There's Kobe Carter going all the way. Can't nail it though. Matthews for Nelson. Here is, oh, it is thrown out of court. Don't think Scott got a touch on that, and the official agrees.
You can hear that intensity just pick up in this last quarter on the defensive end. You can hear the Hawks players talking to each other in help side, which allows them to get out in those lanes. Murphy.
It's not happening for Jacob Murphy in this game. Here's Crate again. Chamberlain, who's played very well in this one. He's got 8 points. Jones pulls up. Another jumper from Hayden Jones. He's 4 from 8 in this game. He's got 13.
It is just so pretty to watch him get to his spot, pull up, rise over that D. So we see Campbell Scott not able to answer. Treacher though, good hustle.
Carter, to Murphy again. Scott, got to work away on Matthews. And here's Matthews. There's a foul coming in from Matakatia.
Will that be a normal foul? Yes, it will.
Yeah. Just to wonder whether it was going to be an unsportsmanlike foul just for a second there.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that was a strategic foul in transition. But no, went for the ball. Good call.
So here's Nelson with another chance to build this lead again. They've increased by 3 points since the end of the third quarter. Oh, it's fallen in from Hayden Jones. And that was a three-pointer as well.
A little hizzy pull.
Whether he had a shoelace on the line there, but not to be. So he's up to 16 points now. Three-pointer is away, this time from Godinet. Here comes Chamberlain, and he's been terrific in this game. Carter tidies up for Hawke's Bay. So just over 30 seconds left. Very, very professional performance here from the Nelson Giants. Carter can't nail the triple. He's well away, in fact, as Matthews. They need, of course, call a player timeout in this game. Crates with some fancy footwork. Chamberlain for three. And now Treacher. Here's Kobe Carter again. Hawke's Bay, one last shot perhaps for them. In fact, it's been turned over, and the little pass from Chamberlain was a gem. And there's a foul from Godinet at the other end on Hayden Jones. I don't think he appreciated that contact.
No, I don't think he did either, especially at this point in the game. Look at that little behind back pass, and Kobe Carter got him on that foul.
So 1.1 seconds left in the contest. Really good game from Hayden Jones. 17 points. It was called an unsportsmanlike foul by Kobe Carter. They're going to call a player timeout just to rub it in into that Hawke's Bay skin a little bit more.
Right, game is definitely not on the line. But interesting to see what they do here. Are you going to go up top for the likes of Lockie Crate, or are you going to go to the man that has been hot all game, Hayden Jones?
I'll give it to Hayden Jones, see if he can crack 20 points.
Right, see if he can match the Hawks score by himself.
Here he is, he's got a chance. Oh, just away, hard luck there for Hayden Jones, but it's still a comprehensive win for the home team here. Well and truly thumped Hawke's Bay in this one, 42-20 on the back of a solid effort from Hayden Jones and Caleb Chamberlain offensively, and a really good all-round effort defensively.
Yeah, great work from the Giants on this one. Absolutely dominated, led the way, did Hayden Jones, 18 points. Chamberlain was also great, played with great pace, got himself to the rim, 8 points. Matthews had 7, Crate had 5, a big dunk in there as well. Matakatia tried all he could for the Hawks with 7, Treacher with 6, Scott with 5. But in the end, 4 points in a rapidly quarter just is not enough. They scored 4 in that first quarter. They scored 4 in the last. And the Nelson Giants absolutely dominated the whole way through, especially inside, as you see Hayden Jones with 6 rebounds. Biggest thing to point out is the 20 points in the paint that the Nelson Giants had. And those second chance points as well, they had 6, so absolutely dominated from start to finish on the inside, and then started knocking threes down in the outside as well.
Yeah, the Chemist Warehouse stats all good for Nelson, who win their 11th game from 14 now in the Sky Broadband Rapid League for 2025. Still plenty of basketball to come though. In just under 20 minutes, we have round 12 of the Cells NBL tipping off between the same two teams. Stay with us here on Sky Sport 1. We'll have that game for you shortly. Kia ora e Tefano and welcome here to Nelson. It's great to have your company here on King's birthday for 2025 as we get set for this match between the Nelson Giants and the Hawke's Bay Hawks in the Cells NBL. We reach round 12 of the season. Looking forward to seeing how this one shakes down after Nelson have just shown some good signs of life in the last few weeks. Claire Lama here with Crystal Ledger-Walker, former Tall Ferns player. And Crystal, this the win for the Giants over the Hawks in their previous meeting back in mid-May, so that's just a couple of weeks ago. This was the start of a bit of a resurgence for the Giants, wasn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely was. I mean, this Giants squad is looking very different than how they started the season, and they've got some really solid players now in their group. So yeah, an exciting matchup we'll have here today.
And the mixandpick.com reflects that with the fans certainly out in force with the Giants favoured on the mixandpick.com poll to do the double over Hawke's Bay. When they last met, it was the Giants beating Hawke's Bay 98-82 back on May the 16th. But Hawke's Bay still in the top 6. They've got a 50% winning record now, Crystal, but they need a win here, don't they? Because they've been a bit up and down.
They have. We've spoken about the Giants reloading their squad, but the Hawks as well have had the insertion of Alston in their lineup. With Coward out, he was a big piece for that Hawks squad, so they'll want to find some form again with their new teammate.
Indeed, so different look about that Hawke's Bay team with Coward out of the season now, and this new player coming in, Brandon Elston. There's Nelson there, 3-10, just one win ahead of Otago, so still a long way back for them, but mathematically they're still there, but they just really can't afford to lose any more games for quite some time now.
Right, nothing else matters to the Giants except winning games, so hopefully they can get that done.
Here is the lineup for the next little while. No game tomorrow, but then we have one on Wednesday with the Bulls back at home at Pukekohe against the Saints. The Sharks host the Airs. That's a rematch from the match in New Plymouth just last week, which the Sharks won. In the 5 play the Saints on Friday in Tauranga, and then Hawke's Bay back at home after a little while with that rematch against the Canterbury Rams. And that was the Hawks' last game was against the Rams. They lost 105-101. That was 2 days ago. Here is the starting 5. Jackson Bulwani Swakala Bullock, Brandon Elston, who we touched on, Dan Greta, who moves into a power forward position now with Coward out of the mix, and Lukey Yates, who of course is going to lock down the paint for Hawke's Bay. Let's hear from Dan Greta, of course, is a former Nelson Giants player.
Here with Hawke's Bay Hawks, Dan Greta. Greeds, welcome back to Nelson. Good to be back.
Yeah, lovely to be back. It's weird wearing the orange instead of the blue, but good to see some familiar faces here, and yeah, pumped to play.
So a tough one against the Rams just this week. What were the big takeaways from that game, and what do you need to do to come and get the Giants tonight?
It was good. It was good confidence boost for us. You know, we got an import change, so just getting used to playing with Brandon and how he plays, and yeah, I think it'll be a really good one tonight. The Giants are obviously way better than they were at the start of the season, so yeah, I'm looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, talk to us about that import change and what's the difference in style that you guys are looking to play with that change, with obviously the centre going out, now you got another guard in the mix.
Well, we're a lot smaller now, so everyone's kind of going to have to play a bit bigger than they are, so I'll be in the 4, everyone's going to kind of shift up, and yeah, we'll play quick and small, so it'll be good.
All the best, mate.
Dan Greta, he's a character, isn't he? Dan Greta, he's averaging 26 points per game in his 9 games for coach Sam Gruggan and assistant Kane Hokianga as they go through their strategies prior to tip-off in this one. Let's have a look at that Nelson team. Of course, the only player that's consistent from the start of the season was William Judd, number 67. All the other 4 players have joined mid-season, rather. They include Andrew Jones, Alex Robinson from the Panthers, of course, Jeremy Combs, number 1, and of course Callum McRae, who has finished his stint now in Japan. Let's hear from big Callum McRae.
Here with Nelson Giants, Callum McRae. Cal, a tough one to the Rams. Obviously a really good start, had that 20-point lead, but talk to us a wee bit about the takeaways from that game.
I think execution is just a big part right now. I mean, it's at the end of the season. We got no room to make any mistakes now. So learning from that game, like, we proved we could play with the best team in the league right now. So I think just learning from that, and again, no mistakes, no more mistakes.
And Hawke's Bay Hawks, you got them up in Hawke's Bay. Now they come down to Nelson, still searching for that first home win. How are you going to get that first one tonight?
no mistakes. We got to execute. I mean, the last game doesn't mean anything at this point in the season. We got to continue to build on what we've done. Hopefully, get over the line this time. They've got some talented pieces, so we've got to like lock in on them, and yeah, go from there.
Good luck, mate. All the best.
Mike Fitchett there in his 6th season as head coach. So signs of life in the Nelson Giants after a pretty rough start for them. And in fact, the 3 wins that Nelson have had this season, Crystal, have come in their last 5 games, which suggests they've really rolled their sleeves up.
Yeah, they've found some really great form as of late, and Combs has really led the way for them, averaging that 23.8 points. He's one to watch out for. The last time he saw the Hawks, he scored 36 points. He absolutely dominated. He had 26 in the first half. He was hot. So he's one to definitely keep an eye on. Greta as well has been their leading scorer over the last 4 games. So they'll want to slow him down. If there's one team that knows how to do it, if there's one coach that knows how to do it, it will be the Giants.
Yes, indeed. So nicely poised, and it's good to see teams like Southland and Nelson after very rough starts coming good. That win for Southland a couple of days ago against Taranaki was an excellent performance from the Southland Sharks. Let's see how they back up next week, but let's see if the Giants can do the double over Hawke's Bay. Both teams played Canterbury in their last match. And you heard from Callum McRae there, Nelson up by 20 points, which suggests again that Nelson, not the rollover easy beats they were perhaps at the start of the season. Well done to Mike Fitchett to get that team functioning much better now.
Yeah, we heard Callum McRae speak about execution. We've heard Mike Fitchett speak about late game execution in particular. In the last 6 minutes, they only scored 3 points versus the Rams. So that's something I'm sure they would have focused on. They would have spoken about in practice. They'll want that consistency over all 40 minutes.
3 points in the last 6 minutes. That's shabby, isn't it?
Look
now,
at that
I agree with
poster.
that. Dan Greta looks great in a Warriors jumper. In fact, everyone does.
Right, looking
Everyone
good.
does.
Even better when you put an Australian in a Warriors jersey. Man, what a poster.
There's a lot of effort gone into that.
A long weekend crafts.
That person deserves some Cells pizza on the way home for dinner.
Absolutely. The Nelson Giants have such a great crowd at home. I'm sure they'll be getting up and behind their team today.
I want to get that win. It's been eluding them all season long, hasn't it? The home win.
It has. They'll look to get going. The last time they met the Hawks, they came out victorious. One way they got it done was inside. They absolutely have the size advantage. We heard Dan Greta speak about it. The Hawks are wanting to play small. They're wanting to play quick. But one thing they're going to have to slow down is Combs inside. Who will match up with him?
And of course, with Coward gone, that man there on screen, Luke Yates, number 19, becomes a key figure. He's going to have to step up big time.
He will, but interesting, last time they played, Cowart was actually injured, so he didn't feature in that game. So they'll be happy to have Brandon Alston now in the mix to revamp the starting lineup.
It's a real feature of the start of games, having youngsters roll out and deliver the match ball, which is really awesome. We see it every single game in the Cells NBL.
My favorite thing is when they come out with their basketball shoes on, ready to go.
I love wearing basketball shoes. Especially the ones over the ankles back in the day. Let's get the game underway, and it's going to be Hawke's Bay in the white, and they get the first possession. But thank you for joining us here on King's Birthday Monday. And if you're watching on the FIBA Basketball YouTube channel, thank you for joining us as well. Greta can't get the scoring underway. And here comes Nelson. Things working nicely here for the Giants to start off. Here's Jones into McRae. That'll be a good battle in this game, actually. McRae against Lukey Yates. Greta picks up the ball in a typical fashion. Here's down court, but can't convert the basket, but he will go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe early in this game. The foul going against Liam Judd.
Man, Dan Greta, so dangerous in offensive transition. Look at him going coast to coast. All gas, no brakes, all the time from Dan Greta.
Really interesting to hear him talk about how they're going to be small and fast. They're going to need to be small and fast for the rest of the season. And if that's the case, Hawke's Bay are going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have the players to stretch the floor. They have the speed. And they're guards. They're big guards.
There's McRae, now to Robinson. He's going to fancy his chance. He didn't fancy his chances against Reader as Judd puts up the three and he's away. And, well, that's lucky for Nelson in the end. It's going to be 2 points there for Combs and almost a bonus 2 there.
Yeah, lucky on that one. Great vision from Jones to get it in to Combs.
Alston. By Robinson, that'll be a good battle. Now ball. Here's Yates for three. Yeah, he's got that beautiful outside shot for a big man, Lukey Yates.
Yeah, shoots that three ball at 33%. You definitely don't want to leave him alone out there.
Oh, he had a buzzer beater three-pointer for the win against another NBL team earlier on in the season. Now, well, here's McRae posting up and winning that battle easily against Yates.
Man, backs him all the way down underneath the hoop. Too big.
So good to see McRae back in New Zealand, finishing off the NBL. Greta goes from outside and it's good.
And Greta can really score in bunches, averaging 26 points and can get it done in so many ways.
Robinson over to Judd. Now McRae, rinse and repeat. No, the pass is a beautiful pass there to Judd.
And that's what makes these Giants bigs dangerous. They have the vision and they have the ability to pass the ball. Obviously, Colin McRae has a big height advantage, so can see over that defense.
Jackson Ball working off Yates. And Yates from the same spot, and it's the same result.
2 from 2. Jackson Ball takes up so much attention from that defense because he is a dangerous scorer. Leaves Yates wide open.
Good start to this game. Comes a beautiful pass into Jones.
And what a look. Great cut off the ball from Jones. Came wide open down the lane.
Jones gets his first points of the game. Now Greta, he's lost it. Jones picks it up for Nelson. Combs. Ooh, that was tasty.
It was, and there's not much Greta could do to stop that. Had his hands straight up. Combs went right through him.
Alston banks in a three. That's 3 threes in a row for Hawke's Bay.
Alston will look to get going in his debut game against the Rams. Only had 10 points. He'll want to put more numbers on the board today.
Oh, that was a bit fortunate, that one off Alston. It's McRae kicking it back. Jones again. Robinson. Shot clock down to 3. Robinson's away with that, but McRae just gets it back in time before the shot clock buzzer went.
And that is what you call a shas, a shot pass to the big man inside.
McRae has 4 points. Free-flowing game so far. Both teams shooting the ball very well so far. Swakala Bullock. Kicks it out to Ball in the corner. Greta, beautiful offensive rebound.
Great work from Greta getting after that one. Really went after it. McRae thought he could just go up and get it. Think again.
Great. Combs. Combs going to be hard to stop, but Greta did well there. Alston. Yes, gets the roll off the rim.
And smart to go fast while Combs was down on the other end. But he's cherry picking down there. Still can't get it.
Beautiful rebound there from Judd. That was a tough one. Good defense by Ball initially. Nice jumper is away, and there's Swakala Bullock again. He's shooting the ball very well in this first quarter so far, over 60%. Now Yates for another three. Not this time.
I like that Yates is being aggressive and aggressive from outside, because those bigs are going to have to get out of the paint and come close out.
Callum McRae. McRae. Good period up in Japan recently, 15 points per game, 9 rebounds during that league. And he's brought that form back to New Zealand here.
And he'll be looking to get aggressive in this one. He only had 6 points the last time these two teams played, and he's definitely the biggest guy on the court. He'll want to keep it going.
Robinson. And finally we get a whistle after a long period of play. Continuous play. And it's going to be Alex Robinson to the line for 2 free throws. In fact, the timeout's been called. Score 3-point margin to Hawke's Bay.
And how good to see Alex McNaught up and about, getting going in that warm-up. He went down with a tough ball in the Rapid League game, but is back out on the court, so that is good signs for the Giants.
Well, one game, that one for the Giants in the Rapid League game. They won that 42-20. Gave Hawke's Bay a thumping in that game. Mike Fitchett and the rest of the crew will be wanting a repeat here, but Hawke's Bay have made a good start here. They're shooting the ball at 54%, Nelson 53%. Already Greeder and Yates have got 6 points each. Cray's got 6. He's made a strong start to the game.
Yeah, we've spoken about the size advantage that the Giants have. All 14 points for the Giants have come inside the paint.
Yes, and in contrast, we've already seen 4 three-pointers go in from Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, that's good signs for the Hawks. And we see a couple early subs being made with Kobe Cutter and Campbell Scott checking in the game for the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
So Alex Robinson here at the line. That's his first point of the game. This is his 9th game now for the Giants. And it's 2 from 2.
Had his most complete game of the season the last time these two teams matched up. Almost had a triple-double, just 3 rebounds short.
Hawke's Bay did very well to break out of that press. Greeder for 3. Yates can't get the rebound, but there's a whistle. Nelson be called for a little push there on Luke Yates. Yates been called for the foul.
And Luca Yates just saying, Callum McRae's holding my jersey inside. Can you watch that?
Shaking his head, not happy. There's Elston off the inbound pass. Gets that lead back out to 3.
Beautiful jumper by Alston.
The game has been 5 points so far for Hawke's Bay. Really in the game, of course. Jones misses the 3. Yates with the rebound.
Hayden Jones got going in the Rapid League game, so good to see him starting this one aggressive.
Yeah, 18 points in the Rapid League game for Hayden Jones. That was missed by Greeder, and frustration there. He just couldn't help but whack Callum McRae on the arm.
But look at that, turn the corner, straight downhill, trying to get into the body of Combs. Can't get it to go, but you're right, just frustration with that foul, and he'll have a seat.
Does he receive a Dan Greeder? He, of course, was a big favourite, fan favourite here in Nelson last year. Finished with a 19-game stretch at 23 points per game. Moving up to the Hawke's Bay for the 2025 season. Now McRae. Double 14, little tip there by Scott, almost benefits Hawke's Bay. Now Robinson with 7 on the shot clock. Oh, and that's away. But hang on. Maybe Carter might be called for a little foul there.
Just see the Giants determined to get a post touch on every possession.
Alex McNaught into the game now. Here's Robinson. Gets his own rebound, and nicely finished by Robinson.
Robinson, such a high IQ player and so shifty with the ball in hand. Good find.
Yeah, Carter wide open for 3, can't nail it. Dempster with the rebound. Here's Robinson again. McNaught for 3. It's McRae on the weak side getting the rebound. McRae for another. 3's away again, and this time Carter's got it. Swakala hasn't got on the score sheet just yet, but he's got a foul out of Hayden Jones there, and they're holding that a shot.
I think he was going to the hoop. Watch it here. Hayden Jones maybe just holding his arms down, couldn't get it up above his shoulders.
So there's Wani Swakala. He's been going at 14 points per game for Hawke's Bay since joining the team mid-season.
Decent free throw shooter as well, shooting it at 88%. Makes no mistake with that one.
Yeah, one of the best in the league for sure. So still Hawke's Bay by 3. Ball turnover almost by Nelson. Now McRae. Salvaged here by the Giants. Shot clock down to 5 as Jones goes for 3 short. Good stop that time by Hawke's Bay, and now Swakala playing the game fast. Those long arms benefit, and there's a foul. And a 3-point play coming up for Hawke's Bay.
What a beautiful Euro step we just saw from Swakala on that take. The change in pace, look at that. Slows right down on the jump. Gets the ball high off the rim, makes no mistake on the finish, and gets the foul.
Yeah, good finish by Swakala. So, 3-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe is successful. Don't forget, every free throw made contributes funds to the BBNZ Hoops in Schools program, and there's another one. Just giving that jackpot just a little bit of a boost. 6-point game now for the Bay. Jones going baseline. And finishing nicely.
Strong move from Hayden Jones. Took his player all the way to the hole.
Well, he was a bit disappointed he didn't get the foul there either.
He was, threw the ball at the ref like, take that.
It's McNaught out of the game for the meantime. Jones, that basket was his first 2 points. Now Elston, there's some serious pressure here from Robinson, who doesn't like that call.
Doesn't I like that pressure from Robinson though, because not only are you putting the ball handler under a lot of stress, you're also taking away their vision as well.
Interesting to see all 3 Americans in the Giants, all born in Texas, but all born in different parts of Texas.
Ooh.
Fort Worth, Irving, and Dallas. Here's Elston at the line. He was born in Washington, D.C. That's the 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. There's still some concern there for Alex McNaught after that heavy fall in the Rapid League game.
Yeah, that is a lot of tape going on his leg there. the Giants straight back to their big, straight back in the paint. Once again, getting it done inside.
Inside the last minute of this first quarter, Greta running out of real estate. I say running, he didn't run out of real estate.
Man, he made something out of nothing with that finish.
He's on 8 points now, Dan Greta. Robinson doesn't take the three, gives it to Combs, but he's lost it. Taken by Carter.
Good rotation from Kobe Carter.
What happened mid-court there? Looked like Carter might have been fouled. Just trying to pick up what happened there. There it is there. Robinson's been called for a foul, is it?
Man, that's the second time he's picked up a foul from that reach behind.
This is Kobe Carter. Hasn't been scoring heavily this season, just 3 points per game. But he's a key part of the jigsaw puzzle for Hawke's Bay and other areas.
He has. You spoke about Lukey Yates hitting that buzzer beater three. Kobe Carter also had one in that game as well. His confidence in the last couple of years has really grown with this Hawks squad, and so has the coach's confidence in him. Look at this pressure from Alston.
Jones, nice. Gonna roll in for two, but Hayden Jones, that was clever play from him.
It went right against that aggression, blew by his player, and has the patience and poise.
Very good quarter for Hawke's Bay. 30 points is a lot of points. Feeling some defensive intensity is coming from Nelson at some point during this game, though. So Jones misses the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Gets the second. So here's Hawke's Bay with the last play. Should be the last play of this first quarter. Elston. Oh. We've got some action off the ball again here, have we?
That's frustrating for the Hawks because that was going to be a really good look for them. Kobe Carter was coming open on that roll.
It's been tipped out of court there by Crate. So still 8.5 left in this first quarter. Hawke's Bay would love to convert this. Elston. Oh, he's fouled by Jones. Right at the end of the quarter.
That is unlucky for Hayden Jones. Just getting in that space. Look at that shifty cross. Yeah, definitely a foul on that land. But Alston going to work early in this game, leading the way for the Hawks, up to 10 points now.
First player to hit double figures in the game. Initial 10 against the Rams in his first game for Hawke's Bay. Shot the ball at 33% in that match.
And look, that's a great game to come in on as an import, as someone coming into this league, going up against the Rams, the best team in the competition right now. Everything else from that, you know, will look easy to him.
So the player timeout's been called just at the end of this first quarter. So the Giants won't have that in quarter number 2. Gives us a chance to tell you about that ticket to the big game again. Just scan that QR code on your screen right now to win tickets to many of the season's big games coming. And most of them are big now because a lot of these teams are still in contention for the playoffs. Let's see what Andrew Jones can do here. Combs. And it is going to count. Nicely done.
Are we surprised they went to the big man inside too? Absolutely dominating in the paint. Holmes up to 8 points.
Yeah, good job done by the Hawks, though, to take that 7-point lead to the end of the first quarter. Quarter time here in the NZNBL clash between the Giants and the Hawks. The Hawks up by 7, 32-25. So good start made by Hawke's Bay. They're shooting the ball at 52%. Elston leading the way with 11. Dan Greta with 8. And Mickey Yates with 2 3-pointers. And the leading scorer for the Giants at the moment is Callum McRae with 6. QR code for the large meatball pizza on special until the end of tomorrow. Second quarter underway. Here's Jones. You got that buzzer beater. Jones. That could have been spectacular.
Great take, and almost gets the steal as well. Good pace, getting himself downhill.
Dan Greta for 3. Oh, yes.
His second one of the game. He is feeling it.
Dan Greta up to 11 now. Here's Combs. He's virtually unstoppable when he decides to execute like that, Crystal.
Yeah, he is an experienced pro. But the Hawks need to do a better job on their closeouts, on their one-on-one defense, because that's the second time the Giants have just jabbed and gotten right past their D.
Jeremy Combs has experience in Australia, Sweden, Vietnam, Israel, Japan, where he was playing recently. Wasn't alongside Callum McRae. They're different teams. They played in the same league.
Oh, I'm sure Callum McRae scouted him and wanted to join forces here in Nelson.
Oh, that's exactly what's happened, is that lead is cut to 5 and Combs is up to 11 points. Elston. Swakala Bullock. Hard luck there for Wani Swakala Bullock as Crate picks up the loose ball. Now Jones. Can't nail that mid-range jumper, but somehow gets the ball back, and there's going to be 2 free throws coming from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for him.
Right, got the ball back, got the foul, and took out his own teammate as well. I'm pretty sure he elbowed Dempster in the face on that one. Yeah, that did not look nice.
Yeah, all part of the game, says Sam Webster, Dempster rather. And now Andrew Jones at the line. 5 years at the University of Texas. Andrew Jones, game number 4 for the Giants since joining the team. Going at 16 points per game at 37%.
I like his little round the back free throw routine. He also beat leukemia.
Yeah, amazing.
Let's point that out. That speaks to his character, the resilience, the work ethic, and everything to get himself back onto the basketball court is incredible.
Jackson Ball is checked back in for Hawke's Bay. He's put up the one shot so far, no points for hot young talent out of the Bay. Bullock gives it to Ball. And that's what Ball does, he attracts defenders.
Right, the young guns going at it. Takes it right at Hayden Jones.
Elston to inbound it. Greeter. Work on Dempster. Elston again. Shot clock. Shot was away just in time, but it's good defense by Nelson.
Yeah, really good defense by them. Great job to wall up, to force them to move that ball around. Not many options for the Hawks on that set.
Intensity to step up in both teams, you suspect at some point, as we see Combs. Scoring game so far is Jones now. It's Hayden Jones to Combs. Now to Andrew Jones. Now Jones, Combs and Jones. Team of, it's a rhyming team for Nelson now as we see Bullock.
It's an absolute tongue twister for you. Giants out in transition.
And succeeding, and they've cut that lead to one, and that's going to force a timeout by Sam Gruggan, the Hawke's Bay coach. As Nelson got on a real roll there.
Yeah, they did, and Combs so versatile as well. Look at him, quick pass to Andrew Jones inside. Easy two for the Giants.
Jones, Andrew Jones up to 8 points. Hayden Jones, by the way, folks, has already conceded 3 fouls. Conceded all of them in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's definitely something to watch out for. Something else you should watch out for are these uniforms on display in our league. Scan that code and get your team merch now.
Yeah, that thanks to Sterling Sports. So Coach Sam Gruggan very clear in what he wants his team to execute over the next little while. These two teams look pretty evenly matched though, Crystal, don't they?
They do, and the Giants will want to be tidying up this defense. The last time they played, they were able to hold the Hawks to 34 points in the half. So definitely want to get that defense, and we can see it there. Look at that pressure.
Broken it down again. Done it pretty comfortably as Greedo that high arc, and Yates collects the rebound. Now Bullock.
Oh,
there's more of a accidental collision there. Actually like the fact the refs didn't blow that one up, as we see Hayden Jones continue out there on 3 fouls and succeed and get 2 points.
And that's the second time we've seen him get deep in the paint, have the patience to let that defense jump right by and lay it in for an easy 2.
Nelson take the lead now. It's a good comeback here from them, as we see a nice little 9-0 run fashioning up now for Nelson. Yates, Elston wide open for 3. He doesn't grab the points. Nelson in a nice little dominant period here. Coach Gruggan would have been hoping for more of a reaction off that timeout from Hawke's Bay. Andrew Jones for 3. It's a good gather by Swakala Bullock.
That is, but good look from the Giants. Good ball movement. Greta inside. Man, he is tough around the rim.
Long arms, but sometimes his arms appear longer than they actually are. Oh, Greta with the steal. And an easy 2 points for Dan Greta as Hawke's Bay come roaring back.
Man, and how about that timing? You were just talking about his arms. Go Gadget got out in those lanes.
So, well done to Greta. Crate for three. Ooh, lucky Crate with a silky shot.
Great look from the Giants there. Lockie Crate can do it all as well. Look at that trap coming again.
And it works this time. Combs. And there's a foul on Elston as Combs helps himself to a three-point play.
Yes, he does. Get out of his way. Man, he is tough down the lane. Gets the steal. Little fake. Little right through you. Gets to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line. Doing it all for the Giants right now.
Combs on 13 points. 29 years of age is Jeremy Combs. Great to have him in New Zealand. It's the three-point play. Coming in from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Combs. He's going to have a little bit of a breather.
Right, and he deserves it. Get Callum McRae back to do the dirty work inside.
Here's Carter. Campbell Scott. Jackson Ball, who hasn't scored yet. And that still is the case. Jones. Nelson up by three here. Nice turnaround for them in this quarter as McRae takes his chances against Yates here again. Robinson for three. Oh yes, this is Nelson starting to really heat up now. They've outscored Hawke's Bay 20 points to 7 in this quarter so far.
Yeah, Alex Robinson's been sitting on the bench a little while. He wanted to get involved. He was hot. Look at him flying all around the court.
Elston. Yates. Forced to go from outside again, and that defense from Nelson has really tightened up now. McRae. Robinson. Robinson! Woohoo!
Oh man, that was nice. Split the double. Got himself in there and wants the call. Alex Robinson came off the bench, ready to play.
That was just about the basket of the game so far.
Oh, look at that. Splits the D, goes up through the body, and tells the ref about it.
A lovely finish there from Alex Robinson, who's up to 9 points. What's happened to Hawke's Bay here? They are getting hammered in this quarter.
They are only 7 points in this second quarter. They need to get it going on the offensive end. They have 4 more minutes in this quarter to get it done.
How is it a team goes from 32 points in one quarter down to 7 in the first 5.5 minutes in the next?
Look, the Nelson Giants are doing a great job of shutting down Jackson Ball. He has 0 points. He's sitting on a donut right now. He usually scores around 21 points per game. Look at that steal from Greta, getting up on some hoops he's very familiar with.
Those baskets from Hawke's Bay have been few and far between, though. Saw that little finger roll out from by the baseline for Greta as well just a moment before that. That was a lovely basket too, but that's 4 of the 7 points right there. And that's it.
Yeah, Greta and Elston are really the main 2 scorers for the Hawks right now, the only ones in double digits.
And Coach Gruggan rolled the dice with that timeout again. Now Elston can't nail the triple, and there's Judd tidying up for Nelson. Robinson. Now McRae. Here's a three coming in. For that Matthews out there, it is James Matthews.
I said it earlier, it's hard on Cullen McRae because he's such a good passer. He didn't even put the ball on the floor there, caught it, knew exactly where it was going. Swakala-Bullock can't answer, and the Giants are on the run again.
Yeah, the Giants are actually hanging off the perimeter shooters at the moment, and the perimeter shooters are doing it at the other end of the court. It's Liam Judd.
Great look for Judd. We know he can knock it down. The Giants are rolling right now.
All of a sudden, this lead is 14 points. Ball has it defended effectively by McRae.
That was very ambitious going up against the tall frame of McRae. I don't even think he left the floor on that one.
31-7 is the score to Nelson in this quarter, and there's still 3:20 to play. And they're hanging off those perimeter shooters now as we see Scott. Swakala-Bullock. Again, they can't get it to fall. Robinson. Into McRae. Big bodies. And McRae again. Succeeds.
Holy moly, McRae inside, dominating right now. The Giants doing a good job of keeping that side clear, giving him all that space to work.
Well, at the moment, I can tell you that Nelson are on a 19-0 run.
And it feels like it. Look at this big body, backing him all the way down. Little hook. That is a tough ask for Luka Yates. Not much you can do against Cullen McRae's frame.
Elston floats it over to Yates. Still no cigar for Hawke's Bay.
I like that they tried to go inside, though. They didn't settle for a three on that possession.
Alex Robinson. Perfectly timed shot there from Robinson. They are absolutely killing it right now, the Nelson Giants. Greeder. And it's going to go against maybe Dempster. There's a couple of contenders for that foul in that collision.
I mean, that's one answer to try and score. Get it to Greeder and try get him downhill. Lucky not to get that charge call.
Well, one of these two free throws falls from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. This will stop a 21-0 run that Nelson have enjoyed. Finally. Plenty for those two to think about as we close in on the end of this first half.
You can hear the Hawks coaches yelling at his team to get up, to pressure. Let's try get some stops.
Robinson. No mistake though now. Nelson complete control of this game as we see McRae. It's better. He was double teamed that time. Here comes Elston. No foul called midcourt. Swakala-Bullock. It's called a charge.
Great read from Matthews to step up and put his body on the line, cutting Swakala-Bullock off in the lane. Look at Matthews, set his feet, took it straight in the chest. Good defensive play by the Giants.
It's good leadership by the Nelson College head boy, isn't it?
It is, that's what you like to see. All the little things.
Going to be used this time by Robinson. They're trying to set a screen for Alex Robinson. Oh, Robinson.
No, he didn't. Broke his ankles, got by him.
Elston trying to do the same to Liam Judd. Here's Yates. Elston. half basket there by Brandon Elston.
Yeah, good work by Elston, up to 13 points on the game now. See what Alex Robinson can pull of his bag on this one.
He's getting a lot of heat there from Campbell Scott. He's passing to McRae. Ooh, he's travelled. No basket.
He is shocked. Ooh, I don't know. I might be with you on that one, McRae.
Coach Fitchett not happy either as we see a BNZ player timeout called.
But hey, the Hawks can use everything they can get right now.
It's been a disastrous quarter for them. Chance for you to scan that QR code, get your ticket to the big game thanks to BNZ. 34-11, they've been outscored in this quarter. Comprehensively outplayed at both ends of the court.
But one of the best sideline out-of-bounds teams in the comp.
It's hard luck on Sam Dempster. Just competing for the ball there, but it sometimes happens.
Yeah, that was a good read from him. See them try again from the baseline.
Right back out there with Sam Dempster. Back to the bench for the meantime. Elston opens up there. Oh, there's a hard foul right there from Judd.
That looked painful on multiple levels. I think he got Judd in the face on the drive, and then that was a really hard fall. Yeah, that's not pretty.
Crate heavily involved as well, but Elston is okay. Hawke's Bay will be thankful for that because they're going to need his skills. That amount of comeback.
They absolutely will. With that free throw, he's up to 14 points. Dan Greeter still the only other Hawke's Bay player in double digits with 17, and Jackson Ball still with nothing.
Well, he's only put up 3 shots to Jackson Ball, and none of them have been good looks. So 35.3. Looks like Mike Fitchett's called a timeout now. It's a proper set-up play here. So we close in on the end of the second quarter. It's been an excellent quarter. Scoring shared around 2, Crystal, with Combs on 14, Robinson up to 13, Andrew Jones on 8, McRae on 8. They've got all bases covered, got some good outside shooters, got a good ball distributor in Robinson. They've got a good strong centre who likes to succeed in the post.
Yeah, I mean, those posts are absolutely dominating. Both of them back in the game right now. I would guess the ball or this play is going to be set up for one of them. But you're right, the Giants really looking good. But they will be looking to execute for the full 40 minutes. Basketball is a long game.
And let's not forget too that in their last game, Nelson were up by 20 against the top of the table Canterbury Rams. They were nailing them, but they lost.
They did, and let's also not forget that it's been 410 days since the Giants won a home basketball game.
Wow.
So that will be in the back of their minds. They'll want to end that countdown.
That is a long time.
Or should I say count up?
Exactly. That is a long time. Maybe 2 left in this second quarter. Here's Robinson. Over to Judd. Into McRae. Post up play of his against Utica. Yates has been working good, and there's Combs. It looks like Scott might have just with a little fingernail. Hawks got called the foul. That's going to send Jeremy Combs to the Chemist Warehouse strike. How about James Matthews in this game? And in the Rapid League game today, he's been fantastic.
Oh, he has. He is a great up-and-coming player for this Nelson Giants squad. Really poised, really patient, and makes great decisions out of the on-ball as we see Combs knock it down from the free throw line.
James Matthews, only 17, doesn't turn 18 until August. And he is this year's head boy at Nelson College. So here's Combs again. Goes up to 15. He is perfect from the Chemist Warehouse stripe in this game, 4 from 4. That lead back out to 16. Spain got 21.5 left now to do something with the ball here. Elston, Breeder, away with that three-pointer. Crate, and now Nelson's going to have the last say in the half. Combs for three. He's short, and that will end the quarter. A very productive one for Nelson, outscoring Hawke's Bay 36 to 13 in that quarter. That's extraordinary. Big lead for them at halftime here, 61 to 45. It is half-time here in Nelson at the Trafalgar Centre. The home team up 61-45 on Hawke's Bay in this round 12 clash of the Cells NBL. Magnificent quarter there to the Giants as they outscored Hawke's Bay 36-13 to turn around a 7-point quarter-time deficit, Crystal Leacher-Walker. That was a very impressive by that team on shot right now.
Yeah, the Giants had a great response in that second quarter. The Hawks threw a pretty decent first punch, 32 points in the first quarter. They were looking really on brand. I think it's really important to note too, the Hawks only played a couple days ago versus the Rams, and they put up a really good fight. So potentially some fatigue coming into play. It's a big travel ask, you know, to go from the Rams place into the Giants right now. But looking at the screen, Dan Greta and Brandon Alston absolutely carrying the load offensively for the Hawks. 17 points for Greta, 15 for Alston. The next highest scorer, 6 points, Luca Yates, 2 threes. Just not enough from the Hawks. They need somebody else to step up. Could it be Jackson Ball? And then on the Giants side, Holmes and McRae absolutely dominating inside. Holmes with the points, 16 to his name. McRae doing it in all types of ways, assisting as well. And then Robinson also came in hot in that second quarter, 13 points for him.
Yeah, a couple of baskets from Robinson were very classy indeed. And yes, those all-round numbers for Callum McRae are very good there. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists and a block as well. He's having an excellent game as Callum McRae for Nelson. So plenty for them to be encouraged about as we head into the second half. A lot of work to do with Hawke's Bay down by 16. But they did score 32 points in the first quarter. We have to do something similar in the third or the fourth here to come back into this game. We'll have that second half for you shortly here on Sky Sport.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause, please. The Inclusive Sport Trust Basketball League, sponsored by Fulton Hogan, Support Hogan League. And like I say, competition across 3 divisions held on Sundays at Saxton Stadium. New players, volunteers and spectators, of course, always welcome. So well done, Sophie, Crystal, Lucy, Andre, Jordan, Leah, Lockie, William, Jacob, Amanda and Jessica.
Yeah, good to see a good crowd in for King's birthday here in Nelson, with the locals turning out in force, and they've been rewarded with a pretty good performance from their team so far, with a 16-point margin being enjoyed by the Nelson team over Hawke's Bay, and the Giants have eased out on that mixandpick.com poll again. 66% being favoured to win. And don't forget too, we'll have that MVP poll coming up. I reckon I'd give that. It's hard to go past Combs at the moment, isn't it, Crystal? But got to give a shout out to Callum McRae as well.
Right, absolutely do. I mean, Combs has stepped up the scoring, 16 points leading the scorers for the Giants, but McRae's getting it done in different ways, and he takes so much attention from that defense. Doubles have to come to him. Cutters are happening off the ball. He's finding his shooters. He's leading the game in assists. He's got 4 in the game right now, and he's cleaning up the rebounds as well. He has 6 there in that category.
Indeed. How do you, if you see a way, how are Hawke's Bay going to come back into this game, do you think?
It has to be on the defensive end. I mean, it's gone really stale when they get in their half-court sets. If they can get some stops, get out in transition, I think that they could get some momentum by that.
They've certainly got the talent in those transition players to turn it around. I mean, we go back to that pre-match interview with Dan Greta. Small and fast is going to get it done, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, they don't really have much other choice. They have to play small, they have to play fast. But like I said, maybe a little bit of fatigue. Can they turn that mental switch back on? Because they're not very deep. They've only brought 2 players off the bench, and they only have 2 points off the bench in this game so far. Can they get some more looks for Jackson Ball? Can they get him going? Because we know how dangerous he has been all season.
Yes, Jackson Ball, no points in the first half. He's only been allowed to put up 3 shots, and none of them have been good looks. So he's been well looked after by that Nelson defense. And Hawke's Bay are going to have to find a way to get him involved too. And it's been interesting watching the Nelson defense in operation, particularly in that second quarter where they only conceded 30 points. They were quite happy hanging off those perimeter shots from Hawke's Bay, and they went icy cold.
They do, and it's a little bit of a mental game as well. When somebody's given you a shot that's that wide open, you know, it takes a shock to your confidence. Like, do you not have faith that I can make this? But the Giants are absolutely dominating inside. They have 40 points in the paint. The Hawks need an answer for that. They're also cleaning up the rebounds. 25 rebounds for the Giants, only 14 rebounds for the Hawks. So need to find some other ways to try get involved inside.
So plenty for Sam Gruggan to ponder heading into the second half for sure. Yeah, 40 points in the paint for Nelson, just 14 for Hawke's Bay in this game so far. Massive difference between the two teams.
Yeah, we've spoken about it a lot, but that guy on our screen right there, Dan Greta, absolute leader for this Hawks squad. We'll see what he can do in the second half.
So third quarter underway. Yates, Swakala-Bullock. It's a better shot from Wani Swakala-Bullock. 7 points in the game for him.
Great start by the Hawks. Got right to his spot, no hesitation on that jumper. And a good hand in there as well.
Yeah, Jones almost lost it, didn't he? Shot clock down to 8. He responds just like Swakala-Bullock did at the other end of the court.
Yeah, Andrew Jones set scoring records at the University of Texas. That is a tough school to go to. The likes of Kevin Durant went there. Luka Yates, his 3rd 3 of the game.
Woo, Luka Yates. He's got 9 points. Nothing close to the basket, though. They've all been perimeter shots for him.
They have, and he's hesitated on a few other ones, so glad he lines that one up and is able to knock it down.
McRae. Jones from the corner. Yes, Andrew Jones.
Good find from McRae. I thought Yates did a better job there, kept him further out of the paint on that catch.
Here's Greeder thinking about another three. Yeah, that's classic Dan Greeder right there.
That was crafty off the dribble from Greeder. A lot of misdirection to get past his defender on that one. Take a look at it again. Combs didn't know which way to go.
Greeder goes back to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He is 3 from 4 from the free throw line in this game.
You know, and that's another way you can get these big bodies out for the Giants, is going at them, getting them in some foul trouble, sitting them on the bench that way.
Yes, indeed, that sure is. In foul trouble, though, for Nelson so far. Combs, for example, has just conceded the 1 foul. Reader. Elston for 3. It's fallen kindly for Andrew Jones. Robinson. Cray almost gets the offensive rebound.
Yeah, good job by Sokola Bullock to come in and support to get that one.
Elston. Get out to Yates again. And finally misses one from the 3-point line.
The Hawks looking a little bit better to start this half.
Cray in good position here. He's had it stripped out of his hands nicely by Sokola Bullock. But Jones has pinched it back.
Good read from Jones. The Hawks a little bit too casual with that ball.
Robinson just does a good job here to just cool the engines.
Man, he is so nice to watch, so shifty. Oh, ambitious pass there. Right idea. Yates was going to come open on that cut.
Still going to be Hawke's Bay ball. Reader. Sokola Bullock. There's Elston. He's trying to set the screen for Elston, who finishes nicely.
Man, that is tough over the 6'11" frame of Cullen McRae. Right at his body, Elston's been good.
Robinson. Hawke's Bay have cut that lead down to 11. It's a 4-point game for them so far since half-time. But McRae is fouled by Lukey Yates.
And I think Sam Grogan's asking for the 3-second call. You love it when coaches get up and are animated, don't you?
Green to disagree. Ryan Jones and continues that conversation.
It's an art in itself, being a coach and knowing how to work the refs.
Lead back to 12. Now Sokola Bullock. Brandon Elston. Watching him like a hawk. Ball has it blocked from beyond the 3, and it's a hacking foul. Lots of disagreement with calls going on in this third quarter, Crystal.
There is, and they had to close out to Jackson Ball there. That's his spot, that left side of the court. Ooh, and I didn't see the contact. Did you?
Well,
sorry, I know we're not refs up in here.
It's hard to tell on the fast replay like that. But I'll say this: if Robinson hit ball, it was with a feather.
Nice way to put it. But finally, we see Jackson Ball put some points on the board, and that might be what he needs to get himself going.
Nice job by Ball. 3 from 3 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And the lead is back to under 10 for the first time in quite some time.
We see the Hawks in a 2-3 zone. Robinson, beautiful ball, great vision, and great work from Combs to work behind the defense out of their side.
Oh, it's a steal by Judd. And a slammer as well.
And he flew through the lane for that one.
Coach Gruggen's going to be filthy with that. Here's Greeder. Nice from Dan Greeder. Tough basket there. He's got 22.
Beautiful finish. Way to get it up off the glass, and they get a stop.
Swakala Bullock on the fast break. Elston trying to work on Judd, and he's got the foul. Nice job by Brandon Elston. As you know, the Hawke's Bay team have got 13 points in this quarter in 5 minutes. In fact, 15 now as we see that jam from Judd.
That
Judd
was
jam.
with authority. That was a tough dunk.
Yeah, they've got more points in this quarter than they did in the entire second quarter already, Hawke's Bay. Austin misses the first of 2 shots.
And take a look at it again. Absolutely flying down the court with that one, Liam Judd.
Nice job from Judd. He's got 7. Austin gets that second free throw to 4. Back to 10. McRae. Oh, look how much space for Callum McRae there was there. Is Yates going to be picked up for the foul? In fact, no, McRae's been called for an offensive foul.
I like that the Hawks have changed to a 2-3 zone, that they're mixing up their looks. They come up successful with that one. Yates just waiting for McRae.
Second foul for Callum McRae.
The Giants with a 2-3 zone of their own. Never mind, they're in a man. Fooled me.
Yates for 3 again. And it's gathered by Combs. Into McRae. That's too easy.
Great pass, great placement from Robinson to McRae.
McRae has 11 points now. Oh, another sloppy pass. And the foul from Greeder. 3-point play coming up for Robinson. That's killer for Hawke's Bay. It's the second time we've seen a cheap turnover mid-court in this quarter.
Man, I love that from Robinson. So aggressive, finishes it, lets Greeder know about it, and then gives him a little pat on the back. It's all in good friendly faith.
Greeder's picked up his 3rd foul.
That's a big loss for the Hawks, especially right now. That was a great response to start this quarter. But Robinson also having a good game.
Oh, they've got the ball back. Nelson. Jones, and he hurts them with 2 more. That's 6 points that the Giants have earned from those 2 cheap turnovers, and that play right there has put Hawke's Bay right back to where they started the quarter. As a timeout is called by Sam Gruggen, it's back to a 16-point margin.
Yeah, you know, I don't think it's necessarily just that shot that Sam Gruggen wants to talk about. It's the offensive rebound that they got that led to that. That's a non-negotiable for the Hawks, especially off a free throw.
I'm not surprised Coach Gruggen is losing his stuff, I was going to say.
A good way to say it, and they need to get one up to that fan with the great Greeder poster.
If I was at that Nelson Giants official downstairs, I wouldn't be firing that thing anywhere near Sam Gruggen at the moment.
Right, absolutely not. It might come straight back at you. The Giants have some of the most loyal fans in the league.
Good to see Sam Dempster and Hayden Jones back out there now for Nelson. Campbell Scott out there now. Let's see what he and Kobe Carter can do. Oh, not again. Yes, he stood on the sideline there, Campbell Scott. Not treasuring possession enough.
Yeah, absolutely not. And Sam Grogan is frustrated with that.
Here's Jones bringing the ball down court. Swakala Bullock up for the rebound. Carter into Yates. Scott, the shot clock down to single numbers. Here's Elston. Doesn't get the roll off the rim, but that's come off Luka Yates. It's going to be Nelson Ball. Another good stop by the Giants.
It is. I like that take from Nelson, though, getting downhill, getting himself into the paint. Unfortunate that one didn't fall down. Campbell Scott really trying to apply this pressure.
Jones. Physical play from him. Judd for three. Oh, Andrew Jones tidies up for two more for Nelson.
Hits him with the double flex.
Boom, boom, didn't he, as Yates. Trying to muscle up, but that's untidy again for Hawke's Bay. Here's Jones. Hayden Jones, lovely pass into McRae. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
All right, that was a beautiful look. Great drive from Hayden Jones. Draws Luka Yates. Makes no mistake with dropping that one off to the big guy. And not much Campbell Scott could do to block that.
Like most, that guard, Callum McRae, a bit of a size mismatch.
And we see Treacher check into the game for the first time today. First time in this NBL game. He had some solid minutes against the Rams.
He gets 2 from 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He's up to 13 points. Back out to 20 now for Nelson. That is, in fact, their biggest lead of the game. Scott to Greeder. Tough finish coming up there for Greeder as Treacher is called for the foul. Judd checks out of the game. All energy from him. He'll be enjoying life in Nelson a lot better now than he did earlier on in the season.
Oh, he absolutely will. He'll be happy with the new teammates that the Giants have recruited. Hayden Jones going to work.
Nailed it, Hayden Jones. Again underlying how exciting he is. Helps himself to 2 points. He's been playing on 3 fouls since late in the first quarter. Crate. Outlet pass is good to Jones again. Lovely little delay there from Hayden Jones. All class is Hayden Jones.
He is playing some great basketball today, making some really good decisions in the lane. Take a look at it again. Look straight at Greeder. He knew he was going to jump. And got the foul.
Hayden Jones with that 3-point play. He's up to 8 points now from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 30.
And with that, he sets Greeder back on the bench.
13 from 16. And there's a 3 going in from Campbell Scott. Much needed points for Hawke's Bay. Greeder's on 4 fouls, by the way, folks. Combs almost in trouble as Jacob Murphy gets him court time now, and it's unlucky for Hawke's Bay. It's come off the leg there, I think, of Treacher.
Hawke's Bay digging really deep right now. Got their Rapid League squad plus Jackson Ball out there.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Sam Gruggan's had enough.
He's trusting his bench to close out this quarter.
Jones back to Crate. Combs. Yeah, too good there. Jeremy Combs, he's on 20 points. He's Nelson's leading scorer.
Yeah, great take. Blue by Jacob Murphy. Jackson Ball. Oh, missed seeing that. Good take from him, though.
Oh, yes! Jones to Crate. It's showtime in Nelson.
Take a look at it again. Great pass from Aiden Jones. Lockie Crate doing a little chin-up, a pull-up on the rim. And Andrew Jones walks off saying, raise the roof.
Nelson. They are going to be a team to watch down the stretch of this NBL if they keep playing like this. Crystal.
And talk about a scoring machine. 90 points in under 3 quarters.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it? They are just on a tear in this game and on track for a massive victory. Remember, they were outscored by 7 in the first quarter. And since then, Hawke's Bay have added just 32 more points. And we've had another 2 quarters since.
Yeah, the Giants are absolutely rolling right now. And the GIN loves it.
Yeah. There's still a lot of games to play in this. You were speculating with Casey Frank in another game recently how many wins you might need. He reckons 9 is going to be the magic number to get you into the playoffs. Now, the Giants have only got 3. But I tell you, if they keep playing like this, they're going to be winning a lot more than 3 games down the stretch of this season.
Yeah, I mean, the squad they have together right now can absolutely contend for a championship. Kobe Cutter, good take. And finally, some more points on the board for the Hawks.
Now, for Nelson to get to 9 wins, they basically need to win every other game, or every game from now. So it's not going to be easy, but if they can do it, boy, that's another dynamic twist that's coming to this league over the next few weeks. Exciting.
Yeah, it just shows how competitive this league is. Hayden Jones did a good job getting in the lane, but Jackson Ball, even better hands.
Those two are going to be teammates again soon, aren't they? And the New Zealand Under-20 World Cup team that's off to that championship soon. Under-19s, rather. Here's Jackson Ball. And that is a turnover.
5-second call.
Ball knew it too, knew it was coming. That's why he put up the Hail Mary shot.
Don't see many of those these days, at least not while the ball is live.
12.8 seconds left in this third quarter. Jones setting it down for the last shot here for the Giants. It's going to be Combs. And Combs ices another spectacular quarter for Nelson. What a performance from the Giants in this game. They lead at 3-quarter time, 93-66. Alrighty, it is Nelson in complete control of this game. 93-66. They outscored Hawke's Bay by 11. Sam Gruggan, Kane Hokianga. A lot of thinking to do. If you've got a lot of thinking to do for dinner, well, there is your solution this evening, folks. $32.99, the large meatball pizza. Scan that QR code. Let's get that fourth quarter underway. And here's Crate and Jones. Dempster out there too with Combs and Andrew Jones. Hayden Jones again. Tell you, Hayden Jones is playing super good off the bench for Nelson. He's up to 12 points. He got 18 in the Rapid League game as well.
And that's a great option against that drops defense, pulling up right in front of the big. Alston, oh, unfortunate, can't respond.
It's just one of those games for Hawke's Bay now, isn't it? You know, on another day that would have fallen in and he would have picked up the foul as well. Now Combs. And Combs has been called for steps, no basket.
He's pleading with them though. Have another look at it. Give it to him. 1, 2, 3.
Down at the other end of the court, we've got more. Another miss for Hawke's Bay. And Greeder out there on 22 points, but he is playing with 4 fouls.
I mean, they've got to throw everything they can at the Giants. Hawks have decided they're going to throw their last shot to start this quarter.
Dempster. Combs for 3. Yeah, Combs, he's a good player. He's got it all, hasn't he? An outside shot, drives strongly to the basket, active at the other end of the court too, Crystal.
He absolutely does, and starts this quarter the same way he finished the last. Good trap by the Giants there. Alston, great vision.
And Ball is going to help himself to 2 uncontested points.
He's now up to 5. Very quiet night from Jackson Ball. Or sorry, should I say very quiet day from Jackson Ball today.
Here's Combs. And Alston. No basket is going to count there, but Brandon Alston's picking up the foul.
Combs just wanted us to show us everything he's got in his bag. Some handles.
It's almost one of these games, if you're a coach, you just flush it, move on if you're Sam Gruggan. Fortunately for him, though, there's still 8 minutes and 13 seconds to play. Yeah, here's Robinson.
Such a good floor general, directing traffic.
Reader in there trying to disrupt. Robinson. And in the end, it's a shot clock expiration.
A good stop by the Hawks. Reader lucky not to get any fouls in there.
Jones on 12 points. Just checking to see his season stats. Got a bit to go to get to his season's high of 20. That was against the Taranaki team back in early May. McRae dominating. Giants players dominating the game MVP poll. No surprise there as Swakala Bullock. Off the glass, Combs has got it. Here's Robinson once more. Here's Combs marking up on Greeder. Robinson for 3. Oh, yes, off the glass. Goes Alex Robinson, he's got 18.
And bank is open.
Only that, the vault is open as well, and he's helped himself to a lot of cash there. Swakala Bullock for 3. Everything is dried up for Hawke's Bay. So Nelson cracked the ton early in the 4th. Here's Dempster helping himself. No. Jones for 3. And Hayden Jones, 6 from 10 in this game from the field. He's got 15.
The Giants just look like they're having fun right now, moving the ball wherever they want, taking whatever they want. Anybody is able to put the ball in the hoop right now. Man, that losing streak at home is surely going to end today.
How many days was it again? 400 and something, wasn't it?
410.
It's incredible to think, isn't it? A team like Nelson hasn't won at home for over a year. 104 to 68 is the score. So what's that, 36-point margin? And bearing in mind they were down by 7 at the end of the first quarter, that makes a remarkable scoreline. It really does.
Yes, it does. Just painful for the Hawks right now. Can't get anything to drop. Only 2 points to start this last quarter.
So we were talking during the break between the third and fourth quarters. So each team plays each other twice in this league, plays 20 games. Nelson at the moment are 3-10 on the season. This is their 7th to last game. So to get back to 50%, they're going to need to win every game from here. And if they do, it's going to probably get them in the playoffs.
I mean, they're playing some great basketball, and if they can continue to play the way they're playing right now, great hands by Robinson, they're in pretty good shape to win the rest of their games. Let's not forget, they only just lost to the Rams, the best team in the competition. So absolutely doable for the Giants.
Also depends who they've got to play as well. So the draw is going to be important for them. But regardless of whether they make the playoffs or not, I think what message they're sending here to the league is, if you want to beat us, you're going to have to bring your A game. Take us down now.
Absolutely, and flush whatever you thought about us at the start of the season. If you saw us in those early games, we are a complete different squad right now.
Well, they certainly are. With Liam Judd, there's man with the hands on the ball right there. He's the only survivor from the starting 5 that was here at the start of the season.
And for me, what separates this Giants squad from others is their inside presence. Those bigs between Combs and McRae, when they're having a good day, I don't know who can stop those 2 bigs inside.
Well, Combs takes a breather on the bench. 26 points. Oh, we're in reverse. It's another Judd jam.
I said it. These Giants are just having fun. My gosh, that was pretty from Liam Judd.
A little reach in there by number 15, Lockie Craig. Yeah, lovely stuff.
Liam Judd looks like he's just playing on the playground right now.
Going to say Combs on the bench, 26 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists. It's turned over by Hawke's Bay once more. And we got a foul off the ball by McRae.
Good charge by Kobe Cutter there. Way to step up and put his body on the line, because there is a definite size advantage Callum McRae's way down low.
Scott pushing it down to Cutter. Jackson ball for 3. And that just sums up Hawke's Bay's afternoon. Ball just 5 points, 1 from 6 from the field. Judd into Crate. Mismatch there with his old Manawatu teammate Campbell Scott.
Yeah, he knew he could take him to the rim. Big body Crate inside.
40-point game. Campbell Scott stolen by Robinson. Here's Judd again. This time has it blocked. And it is Matakatia who's out there now. Ball for 3. Dempster. And Matakatia has given up a foul.
And I'm just dropping my head with these Hawks players. Absolutely nothing going down right now. Look at that MVP.
I don't think I've ever seen that in a game, Crystal. All 100% tied up by the one team.
I mean, I don't think anybody's arguing with that.
Here's Matthews.
Oh, good take by Matthews. But what's also impressive to me about this Giants squad is that they are all contributing. You have multiple people stepping up today. Not just one person is having a great game. The whole team has shown up.
Will Blight's going to check into the game for the first time. This is just his third appearance this season. He's from Nelson, Waimea College. Under-18s rep from last year, which helped qualify that New Zealand team to the Under-19 World Cup, which is coming up very soon, the end of this month. There's James Matthews. Good job in this game as well. He's got 4 points. Here's Ball. Ball again. Going to work off Carter. McCarthy has missed the 3. And here's Matthews again. Crate. Trying to stay active there. Carter to work hard for that rebound as Ball comes down court. Brandon Elston. Nice play from him. It's 2 points. Elston up to 20.
Okay, then Elston, work out. I mean, it looked like he's going around a cone. Quick handles. Blew by his D. Give me one, he says.
Court time here for Chamberlain as well. It's his 6th appearance this season. Played very well in the Rapid League game, did Caleb Chamberlain.
Yeah, he was very impressive. The pace he plays with. Showing us he can shoot it as well.
And this is the triple there now. Ball. 3:30 to play. Blowout here in Nelson. And here's the foul on Kobe Carter.
Beautiful pass by Elston around the D to get it to Cutter, and a great off-ball cut by Kobe Cutter. He does that so well, moves off the ball, does the little things, gets in gaps, and that's why he's earned himself some more court time over the last couple seasons.
Well, Hawke's Bay got a pick there. Pick themselves up off the canvas. It happens from time to time. You get a good old-fashioned hiding. Carter completes those 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Carter up to 6 points in the game. Here's Jones. Pretty much a Rapid League team out there now for Nelson. Swakala Bullet collects the rebound for Hawke's Bay. Ball. Not even close that time, Jackson Ball.
That is very surprising to me. Obviously, the Hawks are gassed today through everything they had at the Rams and just had nothing left in the tank to bring to this game today.
Campbell Scott has conceded a foul on the inbound play.
Hawks 6 points in this last quarter.
Yeah, says it all.
They won the first quarter 32-25, and since then the Giants have just come out and absolutely put on an offensive clinic.
Elston going to work off Yates. Scott. Got his arm checked there, but there was no call by the officials. Jones again, over to Matthews. Hayden Jones again. Shot clock down to 9. Jones has been so reliable on that shot all game, but not this time.
Yeah, he's had a great game so far. Swakala Bullock. Woo! Strong take.
Let's have a look at Nelson's draw coming up in the next while. They've got Tauranga away, Manawatu at home, Otago at home, Taranaki away. So, based on what we've seen in this game, they'll be backing themselves in all of those next 4 or 5 games. They've got the Tuatara at home, just trying to see Southland, although Southland are much improved. As Craig helps himself to 3 more.
I mean, those are some tough games with the Jets scoring power. They have 4 legitimate guards that can score if you include Corey Webster. And then the 5, adding Mojave King and Anzac Rossetto inside. They'll be tough. And that could potentially be a great matchup, Anzac Rossetto versus Cullen McRae. He has some big games for the Giants coming up.
Well, for every team, because a lovely finish there from Chamberlain, who gets his first 2 points of the game.
Of 1 foot. Okay, then.
Well, these teams are all capable of beating each other. Oh, there's a block from Will Blight. So, all these teams capable of beating each other. It's going to be a fascinating finish to the season.
It really is, and we've seen some really close games the last few weeks.
Elston. Tipped in by Lukey Yates. Nice job by him.
Lukey Yates, the best rebounder in the competition. With that one, takes himself up to 4. The Giants have done a really good job keeping him off the glass.
They really have, and Yates has got 11 points, but 9 of them are 3-pointers. There's Lucky Craig again. He's out there on 10 points. 3 rebounds. He's playing with 4 fouls as Matthews. And downs it. Here's Chamberlain again. Rotation back to Matthews. Playing with that one is Elston. Is fouled by Dempster.
You know you've been in the league a long time when you know the refs' names. And you're on a first name basis with them.
So, Hawke's Bay in the bonus. Well and truly outplayed. Elston is going to help himself, hopefully, to 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe here. Take his effort to 22 points. Got 10 against the Rams in his first game. Much better productivity, although Hawke's Bay have been outplayed really in this game as we enter the last minute now. Austin going to be called for the foul there.
Called for the foul and lost his shoe.
Just a reminder, of course, tickets on sale right now for next Sunday's game. We take on the
He's on 3 fouls now is great. Out of the naked eye, people might be wondering why that was a foul on Elston when Craig appeared to push him off.
Now Lockie Craig's saying, don't reach. But Craig, some big shoulders.
Impressive foul out of Manawatu, of course. First season down in Nelson. Shout out to Hayden Jones, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. A really good game by the youngster. Craig not far from behind him with 10 and 3. Fitchett done a good job with this team now. Craig goes to 11. Elston playing right to the end and getting 2 more, and Craig is going to pick up the foul there and foul out of the game. Dempster was the other player there. If it was on him, he's going to foul out as well. In fact, it's on Craig. First instincts were correct. So Craig fouls out with 11 points. I like the way he plays though, Crystal.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he's tough. Can get it done in multiple ways. A really great addition for this Giants squad.
So there's Liam Judd coming back out into the game. Of course, Craig and Judd were teammates last year again at Manawatu. So a couple of plays left in this game. See what James Matthews can cook up here for Nelson. Dempster fortunate to keep the ball there. Nelson. James Matthews, 6 points for him.
Nice little hop on that drive. Knows how to use his size. Campbell Scott can't connect.
So last play's going to fall for Nelson. Can they ice one more here? Well, it's been a really good day for Nelson on their home court. They've been without a win for 410 days on their home court here at Trafalgar Centre. And they've well and truly ended that with a very big win for them. Far too strong for Hawke's Bay in this one, 117-81. Win number 4 locked away. And Callum McRae has got the game MVP locked away too, with a 13-point effort, throwing their 7 rebounds and 5 assists. And nice all-round performance from Callum McRae, who wins that game MVP. Mixandpick.com poll.
Just what a game from these Nelson Giants. This is the type of brand of basketball that Mike Fitchett will want from his team. Holmes dominant inside, 26 points. Also had 2 threes in there as well. Robinson really went on a run through that middle stretch of this game. 18 points to his name. Andrew Jones, 17. Rebounds, nobody getting in the double digits. Swakala Bullock leads the way with 9. Andrew Jones, 8. Callum McRae, 7 inside. And then Robinson with 4 assists. Combs had 6. McRae had 5. Look at the big men moving the ball around for the Giants. Alston had 5 for the Hawks. And then a few blocks all over the place. McRae had 1. Blight had 1 from behind. Ball getting his hands in there as well. And then steals. Look at Robinson eating those up. 3 for him. He had a very complete game.
Sure did. Those Chemist Warehouse stats looking very good for Nelson. who get that win at home today, and they're going to be an interesting watch over the next few weeks. Here are the matches to come. Don't have a match tomorrow, but on Wednesday we're down in Pukekohe for the Franklin Bulls Wellington Saints game. Then in Invercargill on Thursday, it's the Sharks hosting the Airs. The Fire at home against the Saints at Tauranga on Friday. So a nice little double header coming up with the Saints. And then the Hawks will lick their wounds. Doesn't get any easier for them though. They face the Canterbury Rams, and for the second time in about 10 days when they host them in Napier on Saturday. So there we are. Well done to Nelson. Very good win for them. Tough first quarter for them, but they came out of that big time and gave the Hawks a good old-fashioned thumping with the win here, 117-81. Thanks for watching here on Sky Sport, and we'll catch you for more Cells NBL very soon. Matewa.